Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And hard times create strong men. Can you guess where we are in that cycle? Shalom, welcome to Tactically Torah. I am Heath Hayes. I want to talk about manhood in general, manhood as a whole. Because as you've seen, weak men create hard times. Hard times are here. You don't have to be very smart to realize and figure out the current economic state that this world is being thrust into. There's a lot of crap that's going on right now. And I'll be quite frank with you, like, I don't have it very easy. I'm going through hard times. I'm doing everything I possibly can to figure out how to provide for my loved ones to the best of my ability. And I know, I know for a fact that I am exactly where the Father wants me. I believe that. But with that said, going through some stuff. You know, the scripture talks about, the sun rises and sets on the just and the unjust. Like people are just gonna go through hard times. It's inevitable. You're not gonna get around that. There's nothing you can do about it. There's shitty people who are having a great life and awesome people, really good God-fearing men and women who have it terrible. It's just the way it is. There's nothing we can really do about that. Or is there? See, because what you have to realize, especially you men out there, is everything... Let's see, what is it? Everything is about your personal responsibility. Yeah, see, I've got notes on my arms and stuff like that. Everything is about whether or not you get up off your ass and do something. See, because it doesn't really matter how hard the times are that you are going through, or how good the times are that you are going through. What really matters is your personal outlook on life. Are you an individual who rolls up your sleeves? Are you an individual who takes extreme ownership of the circumstances and situation that you yourself have got yourself into? You know what? In a manner of speaking, we are all victims of circumstance. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to bitch, moan, and complain because you're a victim of circumstance and just a bunch of stuff? Life happened to you. A bunch of shit that you can't control is now all of a sudden happening? Or are you the type of individual who takes a look, an objective look at what's going on around you and realizing that, hey, my brother over here who makes $25,000 a month, he's having hard times too. This joker's paying the exact same amount of fuel that I am. We're all paying $5 a gallon for fuel. What are you going to do about it? Because the reality is, the world is going through hard times. The reality is, there's layoffs happening. The reality is COVID was 2 years ago. That's not an excuse anymore. It is just an excuse being perpetuated by the World Economic Forum so that they can enact what is called the Great Reset. What are you gonna do about it? What are you doing? See, because everybody knows that the greatest warrior, the greatest fighter, gets up again. It doesn't matter how hard you get hit. What makes you the quality fighter that you are, or that you should be, is how hard you can take a hit and get back up. Do you keep getting back up? See, because a real warrior, this actually is what determines the type of warrior you are. Or the type of man you are, for example. Kind of the best way to put it, because there's a lot of men out there who just aren't warriors. Even though you should be, you're just not. You don't have it in you, and that's okay. And see, that actually perpetuates another idea of, you can be peaceful. That's what it is. That's the word. You cannot be a peaceful individual unless you have the capacity for violence. It's just impossible. Because if you don't have the capacity for violence, you're not a peaceful man. You're harmless. I'm not afraid of you. There's no reason to be afraid of you. Why should I be afraid of an individual who can't do anything to me? The idea being perpetuated that I can legitimately rock your world at any given moment. I have that capacity for violence, but I choose to stay my hand. Are you that type of man? Because these times that we are coming into require that kind of man, that kind of strength to generate and perpetuate good times, to reverse what we are going into right now. We are going into some hard, terrible, shitty times. It's just the fact of the matter. It's the reality of the circumstances. Okay? So with all of that said, we were just talking about how hard can you get hit? Ooh, we're about to go through a tunnel. I like this stuff. Sorry. How hard can you get hit and get knocked down and then get back up? See, because that's a thing. You've got to be able to get back up. Do you have quit in you at all? See, because when things are getting shitty and you're getting backed into a corner and everything is looking bleak all around you and everybody around you is quitting, what are you doing? Are you quitting too? Or are you all of a sudden seeing the circumstances and then now all of a sudden you start swinging for the fences? See, because right now, I'll be honest with you, I'm pissed. I'm so pissed off I could cry. I'm wearing sunglasses, and I know you can't see it, but I've got tears in my eyes. Because it frankly pisses me off. Knowing that pussies in this world created the times that we're going into. But really, all that truly means is that I have to work harder. I have to put in more sweat equity. I have to do the things that are required so that my children can be fed. I have to bite the bullet. I have to get rid of debt. I have to be willing to subject my life and my wife and my kids to a lower standard of living. Let's just call it that. So that just maybe my wife and my kids won't know maybe my wife will, but my kids won't know or understand the difference between a lower standard of living or a higher standard of living, but they will just continue to live. That weight will be borne on my shoulders and not theirs. But are you that kind of man? Do you have quit in you? Because if you do, you need to suck it up. Shut the hell up and be better. Take responsibility for yourself. Because that's the kind of man that this world needs right now. And quite frankly, there's just not enough of them. I'm going through hard times. You bet your ass I'm doing everything that I can